the Stoved Up Podcast. On today's episode, another edition of Made in Maine. Is it good? We're going to deconstruct LL Bean and tell you what we really think about it. Plus another wacky story, this time from Ian about what happened over the weekend. We haven't heard it either. We're kind of excited. Also, another Stoved Up story. This one is going to be mine. Ian was there for it on the Holton border. Red's got a question for everybody. Mm-hmm. And speaking of questions, we have more fan questions coming up. I'm your host, Paul Hunt. To my left.
God damn it, that was smooth as fuck.
Thank you.
All right,
that
sorry.
was the first shot. That was the first take.
I mean, god damn.
Yeah. To my left,
Water.
it was good until then. Until you fucked it. To my left, Ian Stewart, James Taberge, and to my right, Red, the man-child. Yeah. Welcome everybody.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh wow, that was quite the intro.
Thank you.
You just banged that fucker up.
I just sent it and then just said
Jesus.
I'm gonna be really confident about not remembering.
I thought he was cutting you.
I think I got it though. I think I got most of it.
Pretty fucking
but like I gotta cut the cheese, cut the air in the room. Mm-hmm. I was late today, and again because of that line at the convenience store.
Oh man, that fucking. Well, I don't really want to give away where we're at, but there is a certain convenience store right in my block that is manned by the chattiest of Cathys that will repeat the same information. I know how much this guy likes mead.
Not the same person today.
Oh, different person?
It's a different person.
Just as chatty, though?
Just as slow.
What? Not chatty, just slow.
Slow.
Yeah.
I got caught in it right before you. Yeah, and then I got caught in it, and then...
I must have been the last one.
Well, I feel like it's almost like every cashier's on drugs there, but it's a different drug. Like one's on meth and and one's on fucking opioids.
The one today was on opioids.
Today was an opioid addiction. But the thing is, if you can kind of scope that on the way in, you can kind of anticipate how to deal with them. If they're on uppers, you're going to want to disengage and not ask any questions.
Head down.
Yeah, head down, eyes averted, single syllable answers, nothing that would give them a reason to tell you about their weekend.
Have your payment out before they even ask.
Yeah.
Pretend change if possible.
Pretend you speak Spanish.
The guy in front of me was
I can
really
speak
old.
German.
Well, there you go. Speak German to him.
You can speak Spanish.
Yeah, a little bit.
I speak French.
The guy in front of me.
Oh, wow. Dude, I'm the only person that doesn't speak a second language because I'm a dummy.
You're the most American.
I'm very American.
Yep. I was going to say
baby.
3 or 4 times now that the guy in front of me, in line, this older gentleman, was so mad, fuming the whole time, making comments about how understaffed they were under his breath, like he had a solution somehow. He's like the only one that's got a solution for it. And he just was really pissed. He was really I think he got corn nuts. I'm not even kidding, like corn nuts. Like he was pissed about corn nuts. Got to the end, cashed out, and listen, he'd had 20 minutes to think of a good fuck you line, and he was so old and so angry he couldn't get it out. He was like, well, that's good. And then it just left the building, and I lost it. Like I was like, I think he's complimenting you. Like I don't even know. It was the best part of the whole thing. It was worth the wait almost just for that.
It's a good story. You should visit.
Yeah. Well, speaking of a Karen moment, I'd like to talk about my weekend.
Oh yes, I've been excited for this story.
So Saturday, I went day drinking on Peaks Island with my college buddy, and if you know me in college, I'm sure that you were surprised I'm alive as well today. But I was out of my mind in college. So anyways, like old times, we go out, we drink all day. We come back here, we eat some dinner, we drink all night. And everyone's gone to bed, everyone's asleep. It's 1:30 in the morning. I am hammered drunk, 1:30 in the morning. My buddy is sitting next to me, winding down the night.
Left-handed cigarette.
Digestive.
And we're just talking back and forth, having a good time, reminiscing. And out of nowhere, I hear what sounds like a bunch of small motors, like a side-by-side, crotch rockets, that kind of crap.
Sure.
So I look out, and there is a side-by-side and 2 little crotch rockets right here on the intersection of my street. Now, they don't see me, but I can hear one of them go, let's do a donut right here. And I've got kids sleeping, right? So I yell, and I surprise them. I go, hey! Kids sleeping. I said, hey, I got kids sleeping here, right?
You were so drunk that's how you said it.
I bet that's exactly how I said it.
No,
I have kids.
Sleeping.
So it said, hey, I got kids sleeping here. And then I followed up immediately, because I am hammered, with fuck off. But very loud, very aggressive.
Yeah.
And these little fuckers decide that they're going to fuck with me because obviously I kind of Karened out because I was fucking pissed. But I'm also, it's 1:30 in the morning. They're doing donuts outside of my, right? Like, I feel like I was kind of justified, but also like I definitely had some drinks, so it wasn't like a sober.
You're gonna
fuck
react.
Off. Yeah, I'm gonna
regardless.
react.
I mean, me in the same situation.
By the
I've
way,
been like, do it!
This isn't like down the road. It's literally right there. Like it's close, and we're on the other side of the house.
Oh, I
can see it from here.
Yeah, I could hear him talking back and forth. No one was yelling. Like literally every word. So then they start doing like backfires right there while the kids are sleeping. So I run down and I decide I'm going to confront them immediately. But my college buddy, here's the thing. I'm a doughy fuck now. I'm not an aggressive looking guy. In college, I was out of my fucking mind. And the only, like, if I went outside to confront anyone, no one here would stop me because they've never seen me act crazy. James has seen me act very crazy. So I go outside to confront my buddy, who's also a big dude like me, grabs me, but it's like a very aggressive grab, and everyone's watching. So they think it's hilarious because like I'm hammered and my buddy's like, no, don't go fight him. But we look like two old buffoons. But since that night, so this happened on Saturday night, around 11 to 1 o'clock, some dickhead in like a shitty Trans Am has been fucking revving around my fucking house because I told him to fuck off.
Aw.
Yeah.
I wonder, did that Trans Am come with jorts? Do you think?
I feel like that Trans Am came with a purse, and it's an ugly Trans Am, and your shit sucks.
Is it like a third or fourth wife Trans Am?
No. This is like a fucking some 19-year-old kid that bought it.
Probably came with a monster sticker.
Yeah. No, there's like a kicker ramp sticker on that fucking
I forgot
thing.
these are
Yeah.
kids.
No, he saved up all his money
Trans
from
Am-
working at McDonald's to buy this fucking car.
That's a long summer, man.
Yeah, no,
It's a
and
long
that's the thing.
summer.
Here's the thing.
It's kind of
I was obviously dealing with kids because there's no adult that you'd be like, yo, what the, like there are kids sleeping, fuck off. Like every day, like, oh, okay, I'll like whatever. You just, they were fucking little kids.
Yeah,
I mean, not actual kids, but like 20-ish year old fuckers.
They had their licenses.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Thank you, James, for the input.
Maybe.
The problem is, and I think as obviously Paul and James know me fairly well, I am a reactionary dude, and also I don't let anything go. I'm also unreasonable. So I'm excited to see how this goes. I think poorly for everyone involved, but they started it, so I don't feel responsible.
Yeah, this is like if we were watching The Lord of the Rings, this is just before the Battle of Helm's Deep. If that resonates with anyone, we haven't seen the best part yet.
Yeah.
There's going to be a Trans Am that is going to be on fire in the middle of a street somewhere, and Ian's going to be quoting to a cop, they started it.
They started it.
That's...
They started it.
Wow, awesome. I kind of wanted to divert to Red's question.
Oh, all right.
Because I'm also intrigued by that, like wondering what the question is, because now I need to know. Although I feel like it's going to be really personal.
Kind of personal, also extremely random, which I'm pretty good at.
Okay.
Top 3 favorite smells of all time.
Okay. I can almost
Already
immediately
got
go.
mine picked out.
I can already go.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got it up immediately.
Top 3. I was gonna do top 20, but I was like,
All right, let's go with fresh cut grass. If you just cut it yourself, it smells like a victory. It smells like a job well done. I'm gonna go with gasoline. I just like at the gas, gasoline when I was like a kid.
Yeah.
Like when I was smelling gas when my dad was pumping
that
it
good leaded
into that.
shit.
Yeah, like it's spraying all over the fucking '89 Nova, and just and then marijuana, but marijuana at a concert, and it's gonna be a shitty concert. So
Yeah.
like marijuana at like an alien ant farm concert.
so it's like mixed in with the scent of body odor.
yeah,
and
like
sweaty
a dirty,
kids.
dirty weed smell. So,
I call that show spunk.
yeah.
It smells like weed, like shitty ragweed, and fucking body odor. Like
That's
a
why
kid
you
that
like
hasn't
should
showered
never
in a
hook
while.
up with somebody at a festival.
Oh
you know?
Yeah.
Because after about 4 hours, everyone smells like that. There's no version of hooking up that's not.
Oh yeah, if you fucked someone at a festival in a tent on day 2, you have something worse than STDs.
Oh my God, that's how I think that's how you get turned.
You shouldn't hook
into
up
a
with people at a place where there's no showers.
Yeah,
For days.
Yeah, when the urinals, or what are they called, the porta-johns, when the porta-johns have fucking chlamydia, then maybe don't fuck there.
If you're hooking up with someone at a place that has a porta potty that looks worse than the ones that I use every day, you're fucked. Sorry.
Do you if you have to sit down, do you sit down or do you like
Or do you hover?
maneuver?
I'll sit down, but I'll wipe first, and I'm fucking like.
I would need to go in with a.
book.
I'm such a weirdo about like bathrooms and stuff that I would need to go in with like a bleach kit.
Really?
Yeah, I just.
I'm one of those people like in my own house. If there's piss on the seat, I'm sitting on it. It's either mine
not
or
me,
somebody
man.
else's. It doesn't matter. I'm taking a shower anyway.
calling the police. If that's happening.
Hello, officer.
All right, James.
There's pee-pee on my
three
seat.
top favorite smells in the world.
Yeah, I mean, okay, garlic sautéing in nice olive oil.
That's a great one.
That's like a really nice scent. Marijuana, in some ways, like you know how you said it, like how you would say at a concert, a crappy concert or whatever. I'd say marijuana, like I don't know, in another way. Like after you get done a show or something, and you're back with like us backstage after a show, after a good show, and the joint starts going, like that's where I think it smells the best. Kind of like a victory. Like I don't know, like we just worked and now
Because
we're
he's
just
never mowed a
relaxed.
lawn in his life.
That's such a bullshit lie. If my dad ever watches this, he'll be yelling at the computer screen about that because I did.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, James fucked my lawn up so many times.
He'll probably agree with that. But you know, and then the last one, I don't know, maybe like the ocean. I like the ocean scent. Being on the water.
Sometimes I hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
Low tide. I mean, that's not the greatest scent right there.
No,
but I mean,
no.
like you know, like
Smells
the
like my
nice salt
ex-wife.
air.
I'm not a fan.
Cheers.
3 top smells, specifically lime basil,
Ooh.
which is a specific like citrusy kind of basil. Very specific, I know. Fair food on like
Oh,
a
that's
warm
great.
night, like that fried. Like you're not gonna eat it all, but like it all kind of melds into a good kind of smell. And
Makes your mouth water when you're full.
yeah,
I can like smell that one. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
one like in
It's
the
like a-
memory that I can like actually smell.
it like it's like an atmospheric thing, you know, wherever you are. And I don't know if I had to pick a third one. It's there was a time in my life when I would have said, you ever had a litter of puppies, and puppies have like a
They
smell
do
to
have
them,
a smell to them. Yes. Yeah.
and then you realize with that litter of puppies that it's actually just their own piss and shit that they've been rolling in for most of the day, and you're like, I love that puppy smell, but I don't. So I'm gonna rescind that third one, and I'm gonna go with bleach. Bleach, because then I know it's clean.
oh Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
This murder
Wow,
is brought to you
fucking-
by Paul Hunt.
Yeah, I feel like we are just
love the smell of
collecting
bleach.
blues
The smell
on
of
this
bleach,
podcast.
the bleach, plastic bags, zip ties, lime, and shovels. Those are my 3, 4, 5, 6
The
favorites.
new smell of duct tape on skin, you know? Yummy. And then what are yours? And actually, can I just interject, by the way, with the fair smell? How important is it to do like a Welcome to Maine Freiburg Fair?
Oh,
this week-
yeah,
this
definitely.
year?
Oh,
I think
fuck
that's a have to do.
It's got to do it.
I'm in for that one.
It's got to
Sure.
I guess we're gonna have to be at the Freiburg Fair. Spoiler alert.
We'll probably walk around in character after.
Yeah, I'll just wear
Oh,
this.
dude, that might be a good one to actually do.
Yeah,
walk
that
around
would be
character.
pretty fun.
Walk around in character and
I just won't speak unless it's screaming.
yeah, you can do. Yeah, absolutely. You can speak for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, my
Yeah,
top.
yeah, you can speak for me, so my wife doesn't have to anymore.
Monkey. Anyway,
What are your 3 things? What are
my,
your 3
my
smells?
top 3. One of them is very specific.
Okay.
Fresh cut grass,
Yep.
obviously,
Yep.
because
Stole it.
Because you're a man.
it's nice. What was my second one?
Duct tape on skin.
See, you coming up with these random ones is making me think I was fucking wrong in the first place. I've
You're
only been thinking about it for 3 days.
Yeah, I know. This was your question. I
Yeah,
feel like
I know.
this should be memorized for you.
Yeah, it should be. Oh, okay. So fresh cut grass, whether I cut it or somebody else.
Okay.
Like it's always a nice surprise when you roll by, your windows are down, you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good summer smell.
in the springtime, when we're digging dirt and shit, and you get unfrosted dirt meeting the sunlight. It has a smell. And
believe
it's gorgeous after a long winter.
So it smells like renewal.
Yeah, it's great. And the third favorite smell seems kind of weird, but is whenever someone lights a cigarette with a Zippo lighter and then rolls the window down in their car while they're driving.
I don't like cigarettes, but I will say that the initial lighting of a cigarette is the best it smells.
Ugh.
That initial
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I don't know why.
See, my
Yeah.
father always smoked when I was a kid and in the car. My mom smoked too, but then she quit when I was real little. But my dad would always smoke, and I always loved that smell so much to the point to where obviously other events took place to where it made me do it. But I started smoking myself, and it didn't taste that way, and I was pissed for like 5 years, and then I just quit.
Yeah.
And now I can actually smell when somebody lights it up.
5
I'm
years
like,
later,
"Oh,
you're like, you
5
know
years
what?
later.
It's the taste isn't gonna
I
change.
guess I don't like this.
This is bullshit. Done. Yeah, it's not getting any better for me.
Like the first time I had gin, I was like, no, this is gross. But I wouldn't have been like 5 years later, like, I don't know.
Well, I'm stubborn.
Now I don't like it.
Fuck yeah.
Sponsors?
Let's do it.
All right.
Sponsors. One of the sponsors. Let's get the fuck into it. We have 3 great sponsors this week. Our first sponsor, and just all around great people to work with, Golden Watt Cognac. If you are a businessman with a palate of a winning champion, or if you're just someone who likes to get hammered, you should check out Golden Watt Cognac. Maine-based company. You can get it at Hanny's. You can get it at RSVP. You can get it at Hilltop Super Rat. You can get it anywhere they're selling booze. And I believe, if it's not yet, it is going national. So you should be able to find this wherever you're watching this right now. Golden Watt Cognac. Like Golden Watt Cognac. It's goldenwatt.com. And then at Golden Watt Cognac on Instagram, Facebook, and all of that jazz. Then our second sponsor, Tyler Healy Band, country rock out of the Bangor area. They've got a brand new song called Your Favorite Song. Did we listen to? Is it your new favorite song now?
I dig it. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's a strong leap to just call out it's a favorite song, but I could see it easily being a favorite song at
Okay.
this point. I just don't want to say. I don't know what their opinions would be. I guess.
Give it a listen.
I mean, I listen to a lot of different types of music, and there's sometimes my favorite song that Tyler Healy does isn't gonna beat out the Backstreet Boys or Destiny's Child. But it all depends on my mood. But it is top 10 for sure.
All right, nice.
wow, all right.
You can find your favorite song on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, anywhere you can find music. Also, you can get merch, Tyler Healy t-shirts, very cool shit. TylerHealyBand.com, you can get the t-shirts. It's a great way to support the band. And finally, if you like to smoky smoke, a little greenery dude, we got Lick Local Pharmacy up in the Bangor area as well. You can find them on Instagram at LitLocal, very easy. You can get them on litlocalfarms.com, where they have an entire menu. You can find them on Weed Maps. You can find them on Leafly. You can find them literally anywhere. But they're knocking it out of the park right now in the Bangor area. So that is Lit Local Pharmacy. Check them out.
Buddy
With
of
an
mine-
F.
Yeah, buddy of mine Brian
Yeah.
in Bangor confirmed that they're very good after last week's episode.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, go there. I was like, yeah, good, because I think it's just awesome to live in the future where that's a thing. Like that's just a place you can go. Like,
Yeah.
it's awesome. It's very nice. I think we should keep it rolling with the main segment. The main
Yeah.
segment, which is kind of definitive. I mean, it's going to start an argument. It's going to get some comments going. But this is the Made in Maine. Is it good? So it's made in Maine. I think the whole point of the segment is that things that are made in Maine are sometimes often just given credit because they were made here, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that they're good, right? And a lot of things are polarizing. This one I feel is mostly well liked, but I'd be interested to find out why somebody wouldn't. Today's topic, LL Bean.
Yeah, I'm going to jump right in here. I liked it, and now I don't.
Oh.
The change of the return policy has swayed my interest in LL Bean. Like LL Bean's always been kind of expensive, but it's like a lifetime like you just buy a pair of boots and then just keep returning that pair of boots forever. So like it was like $100 pair
Unlimited
of boots.
boots,
Yeah. Now it's literally like $120 chamois shirts that you can't bring back, and I'm just.
What is the change exactly? You just can't bring anything back? They don't return anything?
Right,
or you
unless
need-
it's size. So you used to be able to bring back anything, and you could use a backpack for 20 years.
Yeah.
Rip it, and then be like, "Hey, I need."
There
a
were
new
kids at
backpack.
my school that used to rip their bags
Yeah.
at the end of every year so they could go get a new one with
Yeah.
you had to have your 3 initials embroidered into it.
Yeah.
That was very popular. Is that popular in your school?
Yeah, it wasn't. I never fucking got one.
I never got one either.
Sorry to bring that up. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have a job. My parents weren't spending money on bags with
I had
initials
the
on
LL,
them.
I had the LL Bean backpack, but it didn't have my initials in it. But I always kind of, even as a kid, thought it was weird, like going to bring our old backpack back and get a new one. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of just thought, like, this is just
You
someone
could
else's
hear-
old backpack.
You could hear parents at LL being like, "Listen, $75 isn't that much. It's an unlimited backpack. They're like justifying it to themselves, and
the lifetime warranty on the backpack was,
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. Like,
I was especially scared of rich kids in like end of 8th grade who had been given a new LL Bean backpack every year. They never returned them. That's how you could tell if they were super rich. They had every year's backpack. And the problem I had with LL Bean's return policy, the old one anyway, where anything kind of goes, is at that time you could literally trade in all of your backpacks from 3rd grade to 8th grade for a shotgun. Like that was allowed back in the day, and that scares the shit out of me, honestly. That was a real thing. I kind of am glad that they switched it up in a way. I mean, you gotta think that they were hemorrhaging money because everyone abused that. You had slippers from like 5th grade. You'd pull out, you'd be like, I got these at Christmas. They're old. My dog chewed them. They're defective. Can I get a new pair of slippers?
Well, I mean, everything was a potential gift card from LL Bean.
yeah.
Like absolutely anything that you walked out of there, you could return, and you could fuck it up and return. It was not like a lease. It wasn't like, oh well, I don't know if you can return this. It's been 19 years
Yeah.
and there's only a tag left. Or like, no, you could return the tag. Like, oh, we're so sorry, sir, for your inconvenience.
That is why they changed the policy,
right? Because of me.
Yeah.
Because of me.
Because
So bringing
they
tags
figured out
over.
people that were doing that. It used to be this like sweet LL Bean Mainer family who like would take returns. Someone would come back with like a rip in their shoes from the dog, and like the dog ripped the shoes, and like, well, sure, we'll give you a new one. And they just got a new whatever. And then now they have Ian Stewart's coming in like, I'm gonna fuck shit up. And get some gift
I got
cards
this at
out of
Goodwill.
I
this.
used all these shotgun shells. I'd like to return them, please. Oh, of course, Mr. Stewart. We're so sorry.
Have you been in the return room at the Freeport location?
Oh, no.
It's like this zigzag roped line in like a
yes.
forest green, like
Oh, yeah.
like
She sucks.
mini, like it's a weird
You go up
windowless
a little
room.
pair of stairs, I think.
Yeah. and
No,
you're
no. I know what
you're
you're
kind
talking
of like
about.
tucked in
Yeah.
the center of the building, like in
You
this
go
weird.
past the boot,
Yep.
and you
Right.
go into this little. It's like they've miniaturized a bank setting.
It is almost a bank.
Yeah.
And then there's like, back in the day, it was like a magical bank where like you just traded things in for brand new things
Yeah.
at no cost, no questions. And now
Do they
it's
make
like
you sign like an
actual
NDA
bank.
now or something like
Oh,
that?
yeah.
when you
Oh,
walk
dude.
in?
Yeah, there's
You can't tell anybody about this.
There's paperwork involved now.
Yeah, you bring something back to El Bean today and they spank you.
Yeah.
That's part of the deal.
They'll put a
Yeah.
detail on your car to make sure you weren't lying to them
Yeah.
about your size. Oh, I needed a large.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Dude, I kind of want to go to work at LB now. They come in, hey, can I return this? Why?
They got rid of the fish pond, right?
No
way.
I thought that was removed.
No, they've added fish. You've got the fish pond, the
Right.
original one, and then they've got this little like wall of fish that you
Oh
can
yeah,
poke
the
your head in.
tanks. Oh yeah.
And then that's pretty much the entertainment over there at LL Bean.
I hate to be the guy that has to clean like a dead fish out, because that has to
In
happen
front of
right?
everyone, 'cause it's always open.
There's always open.
Yeah. Someone's gonna catch you.
Someone's
Yeah.
gonna be like, fuck, I gotta
That's
go
a
get
store like you
dead
can't
trout
fuck up
out
at.
of there.
There's no like midnight crew that can like run around screaming, having fun. It's always potentially there to
I
embarrass
feel like
you.
everyone that works at LL Bean looks like a retired Maine guide.
I thought it was a requirement. No.
I was
Oh,
just
maybe.
gonna say,
They're kinda
that's
dressed
a
that
work-
way.
Yeah, it might be. It might be just like the way into a management position at LL Bean.
They had to have done Katahdin.
Yeah. Can you imagine getting the top of Katahdin and some kid's like, yeah, I'm just applying LL Bean. I don't even want to be here, honestly. So I guess, are we distilling it down to is it good or bad, right? I mean, like, good, a thumbs up or thumbs down. If you were to thumbs up or thumbs down LL Bean as a whole.
I think the boots look like shit, but thumbs up. Because I always wanted that fucking backpack.
We're gonna get rid of backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a back. We need a backpack with
You guys
red
initials
on it.
in it.
Yeah. R-E-D. Yeah. Ooh, a
It's
red
the Christmas
backpack
present I've
with
wanted
white.
for 30 years.
Oh, God.
He's gonna go back to school.
I will. I'll fucking walk in and be like, I got it now!
I would give it a thumbs up. I think overall it's a good thing, and I think what their marketing has done for golden retrievers is nothing less than stellar. But yeah, overall I think they've done pretty well. I mean, like anything that I've ever got there does last a long time. I'll put the thumb down, but that's how I feel overall.
I'm gonna give it a medium, middle.
What?
Middle because A, I don't like the return policy, but my dog seems to love his $350 dog bed.
But is it good or bad?
I mean, he seems to like it.
So is it good or bad?
But it's a $350 dog bed.
Look at his watch right here. LLB.
Oh, I got an LB watch on right now.
That's the whole fucking thing.
just put it up.
Thumbs up to the
Fine,
watch
fine,
works.
I'm wearing the fucking watch.
Oh,
Jesus
my family.
Christ. Wow, good eyes.
Absolutely.
I forgot I was wearing an LB watch.
there was-
This is the Katahdin watch, the
just-
Katahdin timepiece, baby.
I could tell there was some LL Bean fuckery going on.
You can tell he really wants them as a sponsor.
Yeah, come on, LB.
All right,
bought
I'm,
it 20 years
I'm
ago. I
going
was gonna
straight
return
up for LL Bean. Go buy a canoe. Like, it's nostalgic. It's Maine. We all grew up around it. You know when you hear like LL Bean on like a national level, like a TV show or someone, you see someone wearing it, you're like, oh, fucking LL Bean.
No, we fucking
We're all
did
proud
that.
of that shit, so I love LL Bean.
Yeah.
Okay.
LL
That
Bean is
settles
the
it.
Poland Spring of apparel.
I would love to hear the comments both sides. You know,
Yeah.
in the.
I want to. If you
below.
hate it, I want to hear from you.
I want to know
I want to hear
specifically
it.
why, because I bet there's specific reasons for the.
I want
dislike.
names.
I want to hear someone that went to prison because of the initials on their backpack. Maybe not. But that would be neat, is what I'm saying. Comments
Yeah.
below.
Who had dirty initials? That's what we need to know.
Oh yeah, who had the dirty initial? Who had like ass? That's
Who was
that
DIK,
was someone in there.
you know?
Yeah. I went to Catholic school
My
growing
name's
up.
Aaron
so.
Scott Stevens. That's my real name. Stop it, guys.
Yo, I want an ass backpack now.
Like Aaron wasn't allowed to get the backpack.
Ella Bean just canceled his order. Like, no.
Resented
Yeah,
his
yeah,
grandfather for having the name Scott. Like he was just like everything was wrong. Fuck you, Grandpa.
Moving right along to the fan questions, and to be honest, I don't know that everyone that wrote a question is a fan, but we're gonna call you a fan if you write a question. So, James, hit us with a query.
There's a lot of these, so we're gonna get to as many as we can.
Okay.
Yeah, and we read a few last week, so we'll have to skip those. But
Yeah.
Okay, so if I read one that we've already read, there we go.
We'll yell at you.
First one, I personally get this question from people I meet all over the goddamn place, and I'm sure you probably do too. Will Mark ever say anything but "oh yeah"?
we've already covered it.
Oh, we've already covered that.
So we already covered it last week, and here's the thing: he has. Did you guys find the episode?
I didn't.
I didn't, no.
So you can find there's
I kn-
one single episode where Mark says nope, and that's it.
Yep.
And I actually have, since I've been making appearances here with you guys and our videos that we've made for our own TikTok pages, people have asked me the same thing. Does Mark say anything other than, oh yeah?
There is another video too where you can hear him speaking, and that was when we did the Maine Coon Cat episode. We did a blooper episode to that.
Yep.
And
actually, I've thrown my voice a few times where
Oh, yeah.
I've yelled off camera to get the sound of me. So there's an episode where we
Fiddleheads.
Fiddleheads. where
Fiddleheads.
So the guy yelling at us is my voice off camera that I cut in, and then
there's another one too.
uh
I can't remember, but I know there was another one.
yeah, there's another one. But I'll throw my voice in there.
Rick says, I hope so. Seen his comedy set Friday. He was very good.
Oh,
so,
thank you, man. I appreciate
good.
that. That was a ton of fun. Great show.
So, Sugar.
Can I actually just bring that too? Like when people hit me up, and like I try to maintain with Welcome to Maine that Mark doesn't talk, but like when people are like, "Oh, I wish Mark didn't talk," it's like, motherfucker, I do stand-up comedy for a living. Like I gotta do a little bit of speaking. I apologize, and it's never as if you see the character, the clothing, I will never say anything but yut. But
Yeah, when we're in character,
I'm a loud
we're
motherfucker
all
outside of
in
that.
character. That's
Yeah, it's really serious method acting.
yeah.
For
Yeah,
me,
I'm the Sean
it's-
Penn of comedy.
Yeah.
takes an hour of prep just to get your mind in that mindset.
I was homeless in Lawrence, Massachusetts for literally 3 weeks just to prep for that first Gravel
Cousin
Pit
Luke.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I said for me, I don't have a character. It is me.
Yeah.
I don't always fucking scream, which is a disappointment to a lot of people that meet me. But I work in this. It's
Yeah.
not a costume.
I love that it came from work. Like that's just legit.
I was
Yeah.
in Cape Elizabeth, dude. I had to drive here from there to make it on time.
No, I'm not judging him. I like it.
Yeah, he was at my house before I was.
Because I'm good like that. If you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
Ian works from home too, so that's really interesting.
Yo, I was at Walmart getting crap for fucking Sarah. Yeah.
All right, next question.
Where's the best place in Maine to get stoved up from old Joe, from our buddy Joe?
Oh, you got stoved
no,
up?
Jack.
I'd say the key, regardless of where, would be just to be prepped for the entire stoving up.
I was gonna
You
say-
know,
Couldn't agree
you,
more.
You want to just be set to go.
Couldn't
You
agree
need
more.
more than you need. You want to have more than you need, I should say. But you want to be set up to just keep going, right?
You don't want weed panic.
What I thought? Oh, I thought they were like talking about like getting like hammered.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought stoved up was like high.
Stoved up can mean any
Stoved up is getting stoved up.
I thought just-
intoxicated.
I thought
Doesn't
you
matter
messed
with
up,
what.
yeah, in general is what I meant.
All right.
I'm just saying, like, whatever it is, whether it's weed or
I was thinking like a
alcohol
bar.
or
Like what bar
Clearly
you
I'm,
like?
like, way more
shrooms
into
or
weed, I
like
guess.
prescription
Heavy
medications. I'm just saying you go to a place that you're going to go and stay prepared.
It
My
seems like
favorite
a blanket
place.
statement.
My favorite place to get stoved up is a buddy's wedding.
Oh yeah.
Like when you go to a wedding and the food, everything's included, open bar, and you're
And-
getting totaled.
If
You're
it's
getting
not your
totaled,
wedding, yeah.
everyone's excited, and then like kind of like the old people kind of led away, and then like people start lighting up. Like there is something about getting messed up at a wedding that is phenomenal, and I've been to a couple really good weddings.
All inclusive weddings.
Dude,
You get to embarrass your friend's parents and not feel bad about
Yeah.
it. It's pretty
I mean,
cool.
it's not specific to Maine, but that's really good life advice.
Yeah,
honestly.
it really
Yeah,
is.
yeah. So that's mine. What about you?
Best place to get stoved up?
Yeah.
It depends on the season. I mean, like on a boat right now is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, summertime you can't go wrong with getting stoved up on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love like a day on a pontoon boat because
Yeah.
it's like being on a floating deck where you can kind of
Love
take
it.
it where you want. The problem is when it's not your boat, and then eventually you got to decide how to pee in front of everybody. You know, like that's
Right
the
off
part.
the
That's when you go to swim. That's
Yeah.
take a
I'm going
little-
to swim, guys.
Yeah.
It's getting hot.
I've never hopped off a
I
pontoon.
can't. I can't be watched in the water knowing I'm just pissing. I just can't do it. I can't do it. That's the. But I do like getting drunk on the boat, and no matter how drunk I get, I'm still timid, and I can't pee in front of
You
people.
know what one of
man.
my favorite things to do on a pontoon boat is?
Yeah.
When I gotta piss, I just stand up at the front of the boat, don't pull anything out, face everyone, and just start pissing to see what they say.
So just running down your shorts and
Yeah,
legs.
it's dribbling out of my whatever I've got on.
Okay.
It was an American flag overalls with cutoffs above
Yeah.
the knee the last time I did it. 4th of July weekend.
Fucking America, baby.
Yeah. You really American it up.
Yeah, no fucking around. I've always got that America on me at some point or another.
I will throw
Wow, I like the high vis socks.
Yeah, Daddy.
Just in case the fucking boots get knocked off. You
Or if you
or if I
get-
take my pants
come
off.
across a rattlesnake.
Yeah.
I have
No
a
fucking
secret
around.
place to get stoved up.
Oh, yeah, tell me.
Which is in your driveway or garage in your car.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
great.
yeah,
Away
yeah.
from
yeah.
fucking everybody.
Yeah. It's nice and quiet in your car.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
drive anywhere.
No.
I'm just saying you turn the heat on if it's cold,
Yep.
turn the AC on if it's hot, and listen to the radio or watch something on your phone. Have a drinky drink, have a smoky smoke, and just get the hell away from
One
everyone.
of the things I used to do every Friday, before I got banned every time, is I'd go live in my car, in my driveway, drinking beers, just chatting with people that watch my shit.
Yeah.
That's a good way to hang out with your people.
Yeah.
And for them to see how you are. It was a really good time.
That's really good.
I got a bonus good place to get stoved up. Going up a chairlift. Going up a chairlift. You got a snowboard strapped to you. You got a couple of beers in your jacket. I don't know. Pretty fucking good time.
Man, that's
I like smoking on a chairlift.
yeah.
Smoking on chairlift.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shawnee Peak.
Yeah. Shout out Shawnee Peak.
Yeah.
The what's it called? The East Side. The East Coast.
East Coast dank.
Hey, Mount Abram, I use your chairlifts to get all stoned. All right.
Wait, and
All
so
stoved
where's
out.
your spot?
My spot in the summertime, I'd have to agree to a pontoon boat.
Yep.
Nice.
Definitely.
Yeah, dude.
Fall in someone's driveway watching traffic go by and talking shit,
All right.
assuming stuff about the cars that go by, or just, making up stories, or just sitting there silent watching cars go by.
You just talking shit about the cars that go by?
Yeah, you see a convertible red Corvette with a dude wearing a hat that matches it, you're like, oh, midlife crisis right there.
Yeah,
On
that'll
wheels.
be me.
You just stand there watching the car. Another fucking Subaru.
Look at
God
this.
damn.
Yeah.
Stupid
He
car.
vapes. But in the wintertime, Skips in Buxton.
Oh, damn.
Because they
Oh,
have
yeah.
free pool tables.
Shout out
We like
to
Skips. We're supposed to do a thing at Skips.
Yeah, we are gonna do a thing at Skips.
Yeah, we'll do a thing at Skips.
We're not
supposed to.
we're not talking about it yet. But
Well, no, they
I
want
will
us to do a
say
show there.
The best way to go to Skips is if you pregame. Because if you go there bone sober, especially if you bring a date, you're gonna have bad time. Cause
probably if you bring a
too-
date, you might have a bad time.
If you're both drunk when you.
Oh, actually, no, that's a good
if you're
date
both.
spot.
No, explain this. What do you mean?
Okay,
What do you mean?
so with the love of my life that I have right now,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm going to have for the rest, Zin. One of our first dates was Skips. We ended up there. The first time we went was fucking a blast because
You pre-gamed.
it wasn't our first time that night. You know what I mean? Yeah, we pre-gamed Skips and we went in, had a good time, left. Second time, which was our second date, we went there and had a horrible time.
Oh, really?
Because it was packed to the gills and we were bone sober and just irritated with how long it took to get a beer.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And
right
then
on.
that we weren't drunk enough to have fun with complete fucking strangers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do want to be a certain level of also drunk.
Yeah.
Kind of when you go into a bar because if you're not at that frequency, not to sound like I got something in my chakra, but if you're not at that frequency, if you're not at that level, it is irritating.
Yeah, it takes you a while to catch up, but I mean, like, yeah,
I just love that it's
interact with
gotten more
strangers.
popular, honestly.
Yeah.
Skips has just
Yeah,
been,
Dude, they're hammering. They have pool tournaments
yeah.
all
Heck
the time. One of the guys that I work with does pool tournaments.
Tournaments.
I don't know what a tournament is.
Sound like me right now, dude.
Yeah.
Tournaments.
Tournaments. He does those there. It's a good time so long as you've started your good time before you got there.
Yeah.
And
Makes sense.
that's no slight against Skips. Granted, it's a hole in the wall, kind of like a shitty bar, but that's the charm of the place. Pool tables are free.
If I'm going in Portland, and we're going with bars, I've never left Bubba Silky Lounge sober.
Oh, I don't think anyone
never
has.
Same.
This is an old joke of mine, but like Bubba's Sulky Lounge is like if Applebee. Wait, what is the fucking joke? Now I'm fucking. Bubba's Sulky Lounge is like if an Applebee's took 7 hits of LSD.
yeah.
It's out of control.
It's especially funny
control.
because it has that Applebee's style bar.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got that hometown pub neighborhood bar kind of thing going on, and
But there's like fucking like Civil War memorabilia and lunch boxes and mannequins and weird shit and a light up dance floor from the 1970s.
it's like if you had to
No.
Don't go to this place if you just dropped LSD or
Oh
acid.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
dude,
no,
this
no.
is like
It's the place.
Like that's where you would like leave to another
Go into a
dimension,
void.
dude.
the
Yeah.
worst job I can imagine is being the guy that has to dust at Bubba's Sulky Lounge.
They don't dust. They don't dust. Are you kidding? It's the same bartender that's been working there since the early '80s too.
Yeah.
Her name is like Gloria or something, and like she's just like angry to be there.
I would love to interview her.
Oh Jesus!
just to
wouldn't
hear
I?
the
I bet it's
crazy,
crazy. We need to get her on this
stoned
podcast.
up
Yeah.
That'd be
stories
awesome.
that she has.
I feel like if I owned a bar, I'd just buy an industrial strength pressure washer, and that's how I'd clean the fucking thing every night. Just walking. That's it.
You're underestimating how much shag carpeting is in this bar. It's a lot.
From the '80s.
There is a lot of shag carpeting everywhere.
I
I'm
bet
not
if you,
saying if I owned that bar. I'm saying if I owned a bar, everything would be linoleum or hardwood, and plastic-ish surfaces, and pressure washed every night.
I bet if you wrung that carpet out, you could get so high on the water.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh
It'd
yeah.
probably
yeah.
put you in a coma.
Yeah. Oh my
Would
God.
you drink it, Ian?
Yeah, I'll try it.
What would be your price? Shot glass.
Nothing. No, because
You do it for free? That's fucking stupid.
Well, that would be dumb. But I just think there's as much as there is definitely something that's going to get me messed up, which sounds like a great time. There's also a lot of stuff that's probably going to kill me. And if I drank the water from a shag carpet at Bubba's Sulky Lounge, I deserve to die. I mean, I do. Like I've asked
That's
for
fair.
it at
That's
that
fair.
point.
Right.
And next week on the podcast, we have Gloria.
And Paul will be
Sorry,
missing.
Golden Watt, you will no longer be the sponsor. It's going to be sponsored by Carpet Water.
Bubba's carpet water.
Bubba's friggin' carpet water.
All right.
All right, next question. This one is actually a really good question. Hopefully you didn't do it last week. Jordan said, if Maine had a Hall of Fame...
Nope, did it.
Oh, okay. Well then...
If I can remember correctly, Stephen King.
Let me go to this one then. Have you ever caught Mark masturbating?
I mean, I have, because I'm Mark.
I have not.
I think it's a reasonable question if we're talking about the character. If you're thinking about Ian and just wondering that and then deciding to type it into Facebook, that's fucked up. But otherwise,
Great question, Richard.
Yeah, thanks, Richard.
What's your nickname?
Yeah. All right, next question.
I feel
Yes,
like
by the way.
Richard has a closet.
Oh, here's a good one. Does Red the Man-Child only...
Nope, did that one too.
Oh!
And no, I don't. Only eat red snappers.
What's the one alcohol you overdid it on?
Ooh, good one.
From Willie.
Immediately for me, it's Southern Comfort. It was one and done with me with the Southern Comfort. I drank an entire bottle of Southern Comfort one night in college, and never again. Can't even smell it.
For me, it's 5 o'clock vodka. It's a terrible high school story doing shots of vodka. And to this day, I don't like vodka very much. I like it in a mixed drink, but I have to have good vodka. Otherwise, I have flashbacks to be...
Tastes like rubbing alcohol. It's
Ugh,
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. What about you?
Bacardi. I will never drink Bacardi ever again. In college, I mixed it. I remember 2 weekends in a row. We thought it was the greatest mixture ever at first. Barks root beer and Bacardi. And to this day, you will never see me drinking a Barks root beer or Bacardi because they taste the same. So yeah, that was...
Watch, we get sponsored by Bacardi.
Yeah, Bacardi. And red.
Rum of any kind.
Really? All
And
rum.
I did not learn my lesson.
Still at it?
Yeah, I was
Because
no,
you-
not now, but I was a repeat offender for probably about too long. If I'm
5
brain
years?
changing. Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, rum. See, rum does this thing to me, and it's weird. It makes me black out.
Yep.
But parallel to that makes me very horny. Those are two things you don't want to happen together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's not a good one. That's a bad mixture.
And I've heard of success stories when I was drinking rum. Don't remember them. Success.
Yeah.
'Cause, well, we're not going to get into that. Next question.
Sugarloaf or Sunday River?
Did we do that? We might have done that on a live.
Yeah, we did do that
on a live.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
scroll up
Yeah.
real hard and then go bink and
Yeah.
then fucking start reading.
What I'll Sugarloaf. Sugarloaf 100% for me.
Sugarloaf.
Because we do comedy shows there all
Comedy
winter long.
shows there.
They're fucking awesome. Awesome comedy shows.
I do like
Sugarloaf.
that. I also like driving up to Sugarloaf at night because it looks like an evil, like
Yeah.
cyberpunk Hogwarts almost, like with the lights and the. It's cool.
And one of my favorite bars in the world, The Rack, is right at the base of Sugarloaf.
yeah.
That's the greatest fucking bar. One of the greatest bars.
You ready
Top
for my
five.
answer?
Yes.
Neither. I've never been to either one.
Wait, don't you snowboard?
I do. At King Pine in Eaton or Madison, New Hampshire.
Oh, jeez.
And I haven't been in like 10 years.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
we gotta get you over to Sugarloaf, man.
Yeah, Sugarloaf's the shit.
Even if you don't snowboard, it's just fun.
Yeah, we always
I
have like a
fucking love
blast.
snowboarding,
Yeah,
even
we
though I haven't
blast.
done it in a decade.
No, it's great. I'm planning on doing some snowboarding this winter. I'll be the
hell yeah.
fucking fat dude on the mountain. It'll be
I went
great.
tubing last
At
this
Seacoast?
past winter. It was right
Yeah.
around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, went tubing.
Yeah.
Up
Yeah,
behind.
can't go wrong with tubing.
that
It's
bar.
hard to drink at tubing though. Like you can drink skiing, tubing. There's a lot of like 5-year-olds around.
And up and downs.
Yeah.
It's like doing burpees. You know, it's because you're getting. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, hard to drink tubing.
Yeah.
Unless
You ain't never had a beer, like a couple too many beers and mixed drinks, and just hopped on a trampoline to show off, or no?
That's the one time I've not done that. No,
it?
yeah.
That can't be just me.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a trampoline right there. Go for it.
Don't
Tempt you.
tempt me with a fucking good time. I can do a backflip 180, which will probably turn into a hospital
Yeah.
endeavor, but I'm gonna fucking do it to prove it to you. Not right now.
All right.
We'll wait
We'll put money on
until
it.
Are we out of questions?
No, we're not out of questions. Most embarrassing dating story?
even though I don't have the phone, Rose asks, "What's your most embarrassing dating story?" James.
Honestly, I'm trying to think, like, most embarrassing dating story.
I'll let you think. Ian.
Oh, I'll tell. Okay, no. I have
right.
one. I do have one. My most embarrassing dating story was I invited this girl on a date. This was years ago. She was from New Hampshire. She was really nice, and she was like very professional, very pretty. I invited her on a date with me. I also invited like 9 of my friends, my guy friends. They all showed up, and it ended up just becoming a full bro fest. And she was appalled, and it was the dumbest. Like, well, sorry about that. If you have watched that, I don't know. Yeah, so
No, I'm sure you've made enough of an impression where she's not checking up on you.
yeah, I definitely. She's not watching this. She's not going to see this. She's probably married and has a house.
I
an
have
army of
I have
children.
one from high school, and I think after that I just kind of avoided weird situations if I could. But I got put on a blind date with a girl, and she's into sports, was what I was told. She's into sports. I was like, okay, great. She's gonna train for the Olympics, and I'm like, shit, Olympics, great. So I meet her at a friend's party at his house, and we go, and a good female friend of mine had connected us, and I go to meet her, and it's not like gymnastics or anything I was hoping. It's not like it's not volleyball. It's not all the things I was dreaming of that you could be for the Olympics. It was luge.
Oh,
I mean, that's pretty
that's
fucking
pretty cool. I thought you were going to say like wheelchair basketball.
Oh man, no, it wasn't.
Oh man, that would have been the
that
worst
would've went
blind
my
date
way.
ever.
Anyway, but that was the punchline. But really, the worst part of it was that she was built like what's the guy's name that says "and my axe" from Lord of the Rings?
Oh, yeah.
Gimli.
Just like him. Basically, like apparently that works good in luge when you're built like a sinker.
Yeah,
You know, like for like when you're. Anyway,
If you look like you can go, like,
yeah,
good for
I mean,
luge.
like, but the worst part of it was not that she could take me. It was that she talked about nothing but luge.
Oh yeah.
And I can't tell you, about 4 minutes into learning everything about luge, there was nothing else to learn, and I didn't care anymore.
Yeah,
And
well,
that,
how much is there to talk about? You're going down a
I
fucking
literally,
slide.
and the reason this was embarrassing, I know. I was like, oh,
That's the origin story.
Yeah.
It's like
I like
my
slides
parents,
too.
My parents left me at a playground a lot.
yeah, right.
And
got really good at sliding.
I had to stop her and just say, hey, this isn't working, and and the rest of the party we were just all there, and I had to tell everyone. I mean, everyone knew, and that was just weird. Because I felt like the jerk, but I couldn't listen to luge stories anymore.
You're like going up behind her. She's telling someone else that she's going to the Olympics. You're like, lose. It's not even like, yeah. It's not volleyball. You know?
Oh, you want? All right. So I went on this date with this girl, right? It was going pretty good. I was looking. I had a 3-piece suit on.
I bet you looked like a young
Where
ZZ
were you guys
Top.
going? Applebee's? Like, you're like,
I forgot where we were going because we never got there.
oh Jesus! All right, you looked that good.
Yeah. I wasn't wearing underwear.
Oh shit!
A 3-piece suit,
So
no underwear.
-1.
Yeah, dude. It's 2-piece suit, full exterior. I was looking sharp. I even did the Eldridge knot, so it looks like a rose for the knot, and then the tie comes down. I was ready to fuck, is what I'm saying.
Did
And
you hear that?
It's either a cat or a 4-year-old dying.
I thought it was a cat, and then it sounded like a kid.
Sounds haunted as fuck.
That's sick.
Oh, it's those sons of bitches in the Trans Am.
Meowing
It's
at
the
me now.
stoved up Blair Witch Project.
yeah.
But yeah, 3-piece suit, no underwear, because I was hoping. You know what I'm saying? And when you're wearing a 3-piece suit, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, after
get
taking
everything
after taking
off.
those 3 pieces off, it was gonna be a
Oh no,
long
you got
time
a
to get those
belt, and
underwear
then the
off.
fly is held. There's a button over here, and a clip here, and a strap that buttons up over here for some fucking reason I don't understand. It doesn't fucking hide a boner. Let me tell you that. And then everything else. You got a vest on, a tie, a real tie. I'm not one of them motherfuckers that puts a 3-piece on with a clip on. No, sir.
So you had a crooked ass tie.
Yeah, looked like a rose. I even had. I mean, so this is my 3-piece suit. I still wear it. I still have it. I cleaned it. Okay.
Does it still fit?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've been this size since high school.
Damn.
The shoes for it, like $15 George shoes from Walmart. Everything else is like $1,200 suit. So, dressed up, ready to go, right? We're heading to the restaurant. We get out to walk into the restaurant, and I shit myself as I get out of the car. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, that's my kind of story.
Yeah. I'd been drinking the night before. I had nothing but Mexican food for lunch. I didn't have dinner or breakfast, and I squirted the inside of my trousers. And I wasn't wearing underwear. Wasn't great. And then she's like, "What's that smell?" I was like, "Yeah, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm not wearing underwear." I was like, "I just shit myself." And she's like, "Take me home." Yes, ma'am.
At least you were honest.
Yeah.
You're honest.
I was kind of hoping that was gonna go into the restaurant and then like down a wacky road, but you didn't Ben
Plan it
Stiller
off.
movie that. You just told her.
No,
That was the right thing. That was the right thing to
If you
do.
cared
You
about,
think I'm
if-
gonna sit in my own
yeah,
shit?
if you
in a
cared
tall-
about her in any way, you would have lied.
Yeah.
You would have fully lied. You would have said, "You know what? I don't know what that smell is, but we gotta get the hell out of here." You know?
We gotta get away from that smell.
Yeah.
I very much care about my woman now. Like, definitely the best thing to ever happen to me in the past 10 years. And I tell her about every fucking time I shit myself. And
How
she has-
often is that?
Is that a lot?
Yeah, it would surprise you.
He's shitting himself right now, dude.
No, at least once a year.
Oh, okay. Once
It's
a
happened-
year.
I mean, yeah, I feel like once a year is pretty. That's kind of standard, right?
It's happened 3 times this year.
Oh,
Jesus.
jeez, that's a lot of drinking right there.
No, some of it's not drinking. It's just me being too bold and assuming there's a bathroom nearby.
I just feel like you're a guy that constantly trusts his farts, and that's nice.
Dude, that's probably it.
Yeah.
I turned 30 at the beginning of this year, and I just trust my
Very
friends.
trustworthy.
Yeah, 30's when your butthole stops working.
See, I thought it was like an old wives' tale that you don't trust farts after 30. No, it's real. It's very real. Don't do it.
We're all well into our 30s, and I can tell you, you can't trust any of them. So I've got a dating story, embarrassing dating story.
Here we come.
So I was going to a semi-formal dance in high school, right? And so I meet the girl at her house, and I'm like so nervous about it. I was like, "Hey, can I use your bathroom?" And she was like, "Yeah, use the one downstairs." And I was like, "No, I need one that's far away." I was like, "Oh, you have like an upstairs bathroom I could use?" She's like, "Yeah, sure." So I go upstairs and just take like a heaping dump, right? Just like a lot. And then like, cause I'm nervous, I'm using too much paper, and I try to flush it, but it clogs. And because I'm freaking out, I try and flush it a bunch, but like this is like a high-end toilet, so it just starts lifting, right, and overflowing. There's water everywhere. There's like my fecal matter now pouring out of the toilet,
matter.
and there's no plunger anywhere. So I got to go downstairs to talk to my date's single mother about where the fucking plumbing stuff was. And then she's like, "Oh, just tell me what's going on. I'll do it." But I can hear her upstairs swearing while she's dealing with the clog that I made.
And she signed up not knowing.
She's so angry. I can hear her like literally cursing me out as I'm waiting for her to drive her and her daughter and me to the fucking dance.
That
So
is-
then she's gonna drive us to the dance after she's on
Dude, I would have shit outside or in my suit.
Dude, you were like the most awkward kid. Like, you were the reason there's emo music. Like,
Yeah. That's awesome.
Good times.
It works.
yeah.
Sorry about that. All right, so we got, lastly, we got the Stoved Up Story, and this week it's coming from Paul.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I wasn't the only one there for this one, so we
was
have
that?
a second point of view. We talked about this in the last episode. One of our favorite places to perform stand-up comedy, Big Rick's in Madawaska, literally can hit the Canadians with rocks from there. It's just across the river. You can see the guard.
We talked about it last week.
Yep. And we were driving there, and it was my first time driving there. I had not been there before, and I had just got a new car. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the GPS in the new car. Totally makes sense. It found the address, confirmed it was in Madawaska. I was like, yep, great. Not a very detailed map, no big deal.
It was actually, and it was the quickest way to get there.
Yeah, and so that was the other thing, is it had quickest route was an option. And this is a car GPS, so it hasn't been updated in a while. You have to buy the updates. It's fucking Ford or whatever. So, yeah, whatever. So we're driving up. We stop. It's a long drive. We're getting close. And if you know, you actually need to get off the highway. You need to get off 95 before you get through Holton, because then there's the Canadian border. And we didn't know that, and we missed that route because my car decided the fastest route was through Canada. And technically speaking, that's correct, because it's like a highway instead of that side road that goes all the way up to Madawaska.
Did you hear that?
Oh, I'm hearing motors.
No, they're going the other way.
Oh, I thought
Goddamn
they
right
were
they
coming.
are.
So my car decides to take us the fastest route, which is, through Canada, and I don't know that. And none of us have passports. We've got a bunch of weed in the car.
Yep, bunch of
A
dabs.
ton of weed, dabs. I had literally just
A lot
got
of
my
pre-roll joints.
I just got my medical license, and I had just harvested my first plant. So I had a jar of weed with dabs that I had made, and we were excited. We were gonna go up to Rick's, do a comedy show, smoke a little.
Sold
it's
out
gonna be
comedy
great.
show, sold out
Sold
comedy.
out. It is literally sold out. Past fire capacity, by the way, which I didn't tell you. And then my dad's actually there. My dad's waiting, and we get past the exit, and I come around the curve, and I go, oh shit.
No, that's not how it goes.
What?
So, you have to not hit the Canadian border on 95, you have to get off on 1 in Holton.
Right.
If you continue on 95, you literally hit the border. But I knew we were hitting the border because I know what those municipal federal buildings. I was the only one in the car that was like, hey, you gotta turn around. Dude, you gotta turn around, you gotta turn around. And you're like, no, we're fine. I was like, dude, we're gonna hit the fucking Canadian border. You gotta turn around. And you're like, no, we'll be fine.
I remember you telling us to turn around, and they could see us at that point, and I didn't want to U-turn and scramble away from the border.
We should have.
But we probably should have. So we get there. I go, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna say to the people that
We
hey,
just smoked
hey,
18 joints.
I go, we'll just stop and say, hey, we gotta turn around. We didn't mean to come here. I'm sure that happens all the time, right? But the thing is you can't really do that. The only way to do that is to go to Canada first and talk to the Canadian border. At that point, you've already internationally broken some rules, right? So we do that, and I very calmly put down the window like my car doesn't reek, and I go, hey, we actually messed up. We're just gonna turn around. Is that cool? And we'll come right back in. And Canada was like, she's this very nice lady was like, oh yeah, sure. They don't care. But America definitely did. And on the way back, that guard had a very different tone. He was like, yeah, okay, why don't you go ahead and pull into Bay 1 right there, and why don't you guys get out of the car and come on inside? And that was all he said, and we knew we were fucked.
Yeah.
So here was my scramble. My scramble was, I have a med card, not trying to go to Canada anyway. No one brought a passport. Why would we even try, right? I'm just going to explain it as this is my cannabis, and so we put it all in the center console with my med card, and then shut it. And we didn't have anything else crazy, right? We weren't drinking or anything or doing anything crazy. So we get out of the car, and literally a guy putting gloves on coming by us goes, anything you want to tell me about before I get in there? And I very blatantly go, absolutely. I'm a medical cannabis patient, and in the center console, you'll find my card and all the personal cannabis that I brought. And he didn't know what to do with that. He's like, okay. And he went, and they searched they looked, it was a brand new car, so it was very clean. But I think
They ripped it apart.
They ripped.
So we got in there, and there were 2 different guys we were dealing with. We were dealing with the 21 Jump Street of cops. We had a big fat Jonah Hill that was he was a nice guy. He saw us first. He's like, guys, we're gonna get you in and out of here. Don't even worry about it. You know, we deal with this all the time. And then the other guy, the Channing Tatum guy, he was like, we're not fucking this one up. He literally said that out loud. This sergeant had to tell him to calm down.
Yeah, and before the sergeant got there, though, they really kind of good cop, bad copped us for a while. First off, we had to sit in the same room. We just couldn't sit together, right? So we had to sit looking at each other. We couldn't get on our phones, even though we had our phones. We couldn't touch our phones for some reason. Like we were gonna call the other druggies to come save. I don't know what we were gonna do. It's not Hogan's Heroes. We were just stuck there. And then the guy comes back. He's got all my weed that I just grown. What's going on?
I don't know. Hey. Buddy, go see Mama. Oh, you want to say goodnight? Okay. I love you guys. Mwah. Mwah. We're almost done.
Night, guys.
All right, good night. Love you guys. All right, back in it.
I'll start from where we're sitting there. So they keep us all in the same room. We're not allowed to talk to each other or sit next to each other. We're all on the same bench on the same concrete wall. They've got all my weed. Channing Tatum comes in with all the weed I just grown. It was like almost personal for me. I was like, ah. He comes in. He's all pissed about it because of the dabs were his big thing. He was mad. And then they take me, just me, into the back room for what I thought was going to be a very brutal cavity search. Because I was going alone with two people. They just did basically a TSA pat down was all it was. I had to take my shoes off. It was like no big deal, nothing on me, whatever. I come back out. We sit there, and the Channing Tatum was so angry because.
Can I jump in right now? And
Yeah.
Channing Tatum very angry. We are already late for our gig.
We're also late for the gig.
Very late for the gig right now.
We've been there for about an hour, which was all we
were
needed.
already running late to begin
Yeah.
with. Sorry.
And no. That's the stress coming on us because we can't communicate. We can't call Rick's or Big Rick's and say, hey, we're late. So we're sitting there. Channing Tatum's looking up on the internet. I'll never forget this. Looking up on the internet because I had medical card. He's like, well, the cannabis is legal, but the dabs are a concentrate, and that's not legal. I'm like, yo, the flower is covered in the dabs. Like that, just so you know, it's the same thing. I'm like, it's like beer and shots, right? Like which one would you, if you have a rolled ankle, which one are you gonna do first? Like you're gonna sip a Long Island iced tea, or you're gonna do a couple shots of tequila? Like what is the point? Anyway, so long story short, I'm getting pissed about it already. So he's she's trying to figure it out, blah, blah, blah. And then I thought we were screwed. And then they did the pocket searches. Didn't they search everyone's pockets and they had you guys line up? And one POS, who I won't name, who was with us and put a cigarette burn in my brand new car's roof, which is still there, he still had his weed vape on him and no medical card. Didn't put it in the center console, just didn't. So he was about to ruin the whole thing.
Yeah, for everyone.
For everyone.
No, he's a really smart guy. No.
Yeah, so he pulls out of his pants. The one thing he did do right was he pulled everything but that out and was like, oh. And the guy was like, fine, didn't push it any further, but that would have been the breaking point because he would have legally been at the time, legally had cannabis. It's all stupid. So we're sitting there, Channing Tatum's pissed, the other guy's fine, and then the sergeant comes in. And the sergeant, I would call him a sergeant, I don't know. He was the commander, he was older guy, like definitely had been doing it a lot longer. He comes in, and you can kind of see them both plead their cases to him. Like the bigger guy was like, and then
he's like, they're comedians.
Yeah, they're going to the Big Rick's, and they've confirmed it already.
They've already looked online. They've already seen that we're.
Yeah, and they did allow us to sell Big Rick's at one point.
No, I know. When we were driving out is when I called.
Oh, is that it? Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't realize that. So, yeah, so they're like trying to like pitch.
And they released us when we were supposed to be on stage.
Yeah, that's right. So we're still like sitting there, and the sergeant comes over and he looks at me and he just basically goes, "What's going on, man?" I was like, "Listen, straight up, I have a medical card. I have cannabis in my car. In the United States, that's legal. Realize it's not supposed to go across the border. If we were trying to get across the border, I would have done something to provide identification, right? I would have had to, I would have tried harder than this, clearly." And he kind of got it, and he's kind of chuckling with me. He's like, "Yeah, you're fine." And then at the end of it, they're like, "Well, we have to keep the cannabis."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Whoa!" But if I'm okay and everything's cool, it's like, "Well, you crossed a border with it."
No, and we had to sign some shit, too.
I had to sign some shit.
No, all of us had to sign some shit.
Yeah, but they told me as I was signing it, Channing Tatum was still fuming because he lost, and he's like, just so you know, we're gonna, because I lived in Westbrook at the time, he's like, we're gonna let the Westbrook police know about this, and so if those dabs are illegal, you're gonna get a visit from them, and they're not gonna be too happy with you. And I was like, you think the Westbrook police are worried about weed?
Yeah. He's never been to Westbrook.
Big Westbrook guy.
Oh, that's cute. Never been to Westbrook, have you, buddy? That's great. So we got to go, and they changed the lights in my car. He like changed all the settings. That was one weird thing.
Did they let you keep the weed?
No, they didn't let us keep the weed. We lost all the weed.
But when we went up to Mattawa, so then we get out, and I got to call Big Rick's, and we're already super late. And I'm like, hey, man, we literally just got like detained at the border. For like a couple hours, we're rolling up. He's like, dude, I got a sold out house right now. He's like, you guys are already late. I'm getting everyone drunk. He's like, I'm gonna give everyone free appetizers. All right. And I was like, all right, cool. So he keeps everyone cool for an hour and a half. These people get hammered waiting for us, eating free appetizers.
Yeah.
And when we showed up, we run in there, set up the PA. Or maybe the PA was already going.
Everything was ready to go.
So we walked in, an absolutely sold out show. We walked in. He told everyone, hey, these guys just got detained at the border. The whole story. So when we walked in, we got a standing ovation from the crowd, and then we fucking murdered that show. It was an awesome show. And then on the ride back, we got all the free weed we could ever want. It was just like,
yeah. Big Rick's hooked it up.
I'm
I mean,
sure,
it was,
yeah.
And the thing was, is like these were people who live near the border, and they know exactly that frustration. They've been detained once or twice themselves, so they're like, "You guys got out of it. You got out of it somehow." And we told the story about the weed and everything, and
They know Jonah Hill and Channing
yeah,
Tatum.
they probably know these assholes. But it was a good experience overall, I think. Then we had some beef gravy pudding.
yep. Pretty stoved up story.
Pretty dope. I think that sums up the podcast. I think that's the end. Do you want to just give a big shout out to our sponsors real quick?
Yeah, once again, check out our sponsors for this week. Golden Watt Cognac. You can find them at goldenwatt.com. Tyler Healy Band. You can find them at the TylerHealyBand.com or TylerHealyBand.com. Buy a t-shirt from them. Support them. And also check out their song, your favorite song, on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, everywhere.
And it is, in case you're wondering, your favorite song.
And then Lit Local Pharmacy with an F right in the Bangor, Maine area. If you've got a med card and you are getting delivery, you should be getting delivery from Lit Local Farms. You can find them at litlocalfarms.com or at litlocal on Instagram.
That's the end of this edition of the Stoved Up Podcast. If there's any questions that we didn't get to or anything you wanted to ask, please put it in the comments below. We're happy to include it in the next episode. Any suggestions, things like that. We're looking for content, clearly, but we got a lot to say either way. We'll see you next time, next week, Stoved Up Podcast.